Well, I am officially cruising in Panama. It was fairly easy. Yeah, it was painless. Nice. It's an anteater. I was just sitting here making my dinner right here. Anteater just hopped down. Where did he go? I was like, oh, where did he go? Oh my gosh, that was so cool. There he is. Hey, buddy. Hey, that's my dinner. Hey, hey, hey. We got to know each other over the couple of days I was there, and I like to think in the end, we became friends. I then headed to Volcano Baru, the highest point in Panama. It was another hike that started around midnight and went through the middle of the night to try and get to the top by sunrise. In one of the coolest animal sightings, I saw either an ocelot, a margay, or an oncea. I'm not exactly sure which one, but to see a little wild jungle cat was amazing. Whoa. Man, check out the sun up over there. Whoa, that was a cool one. Work. There you go. Good job. Nice work. We also had the company of people who paid $100 to ride in a 4x4 to the top. Their food got stolen by a chunky coati, which I thought was hilarious. Honestly, the best thing Panama has going for it are these travel center gas stations. They're amazing. Clean bathrooms, showers, hot food, and usually places to camp. I stopped at nearly every single one of these on the way to Panama City. So I just spent the last 30 minutes combing every square inch of the inside of that building, looking for my keys, of course, because they went missing, only to discover that an employee of the gas station found them and had put them behind the counter. I don't know where I dropped them, where I left them, but I was really losing my mind. Like, how can I have lost these again? And I literally just walked from here to right inside. I sat down and I came back. Like, how do you lose them in that space of time? But it's just something I'm really good at. So anyways, I got my keys back. That's a relief. And now I'm gonna go across the Panama Canal. Well, I don't know if it looks like if I'm underwater or not, but I have just made it to the Panama Canal, and as you can see, just in time for the afternoon monsoon. Look how much water is just running down the shoulder of the road. But yeah, the canal is just right up there. There's a bridge I'm about to ride over. Honestly, this rain feels kind of good. Like I was sweating and now it's like a nice shower midday. Yeah, I made it to the canal. It's kind of cool. Won't be able to see anything. All right. Ooh, lightning. Woo! There is so much water on the shoulder of the road. All right, let's ride across this thing. Oh, it's nice to be on a big metal bridge when there's massive thunder and lightning going off. There's the canal. Really cannot see anything. Woo! All right, I have officially crossed into the southern hemisphere. I was riding, kind of looking down, and then I just see my wheel go right next to this giant snake. I don't know how well you can see it right there, but that thing is a monster. It's dead, I'm pretty sure, but just looking down, watching it go by, I was like, ah! Just right underneath my feet. Woo! Welcome to Panama City! Getting in here was crazy hectic.
I took a ride on the canal and visited some of the islands that were created when the canal zone was flooded to create a lake. Check out how big the wake is that's created by one of these tankers that was moving extremely slowly. The wildlife out there was crazy.
Whoa!
Besides the monkey, I saw these bats hanging in a line on a tree, this snail kite, which I was lucky enough to see chomping down on a snail, this baby croc, and an iguana.
Now look, babe, right here.
I got to see a lot of these weird looking dudes called Jeffrey tamarins.
I'm at the Panama Canal right now. I just watched a boat go through a set of locks. It's pretty cool to actually see the water levels go up and down and the boats go in and out. Some fun facts about the canal. The French wanted to build a sea level canal, which stupid idea that was. The US decided to build a lock and dam canal. So they built, at the time, the world's largest dam to create this lake, and then they built a series of locks on the Atlantic and the Pacific side, which are just like water elevators, which raise the ships up, and then they get on the lake that was created by the dam, the ships float across, and then they get lowered back down through the series of locks on the other end. And by the way, 20,000 people died when the French tried it. It takes between 8 to 10 hours to cross the canal. It's 50 miles, 80 kilometers long. The canal obviously charges boats a fee to use the canal. Most ships pay somewhere around a few $100,000 to the record fee is $2 million just to cross 50 mile strip of land. The smallest fee ever paid was 36 cents by an American dude who actually swam across the canal. But swimming across isn't allowed anymore. What else can I tell you? 5% of the entire world trade goes through the Panama Canal. Before the canal was expanded, ship makers around the world would build their ships to exactly as big as the Panama Canal locks were, which is like 110 feet, somewhere around there. And they had their own specific name for that size of ship called the Panamax. And now since the expansion, ship makers are able to make their ships even bigger. I think it's called Neo Panamax now, but it's just kind of cool. Shipbuilders are literally building their ships to what can go through the Panama Canal. And yeah, I think that's everything about the canal.
I went to a wildlife sanctuary where I got to see all kinds of poison dart frogs. And the main attraction, sloths. This was at a sloth sanctuary where sloths that need rehab or are orphaned are taken care of.
So I just stopped on top of this bridge because it's kind of high up and kind of like up towards the tops of these trees. And I'm like, there's got to be some cool wildlife here. Like there just has to be. And so I sat here for like 5 minutes looking around, and all of a sudden I heard this big thing moving, and there's monkeys over there. Little ones. It's so cool. They appear to be howler monkeys, which you'll never guess why I think that. Well, I have officially made it to the Darien, which is pretty cool because it is the last bit of continent of North America. I mean, this is just a cool place to be anyways. It's one of the least explored places in the world, and not very many people make it here. There's no tourists. It's just dense jungle. So this marks the beginning of the end of North America. So I'm pretty excited to get to go into the Darien and just see what it's like. Not a whole lot of people get to do that. I was just going to close my food bag and pulled the lid back to close it, and there was a scorpion hiding right underneath there, and it scared me pretty bad. And I don't know if he's still there or not. And if he's not, where did he go? I don't know that I've ever seen a scorpion like in the wild before. Oh, come on, like, where is he? That's just gonna freak me out. Oh, there he is. He's hiding underneath there. Ugh. Like, I want him to not be there, but then if I just like throw him off, then he's on the ground moving around, and then I don't know where he is. What are you supposed to do with scorpions? I mean, can I just flick it? I don't just really want to crush him. I got my scorpion removal tool. Tripod leg. Alright. Alright, boy. Oh, there he goes. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Where'd he go? He's gonna come back for revenge tonight.
Going through this part of Panama required going through lots of security checkpoints, having to explain to the security officers where I was going, what I was doing, and that I knew it was dangerous. They all seemed friendly though.
So I was just riding down the road and I see these three guys carrying like yoga mats. I was just thinking, like, it's kind of weird. It's kind of some kind of weird local yoga retreat going on. What's the deal? And then I rode by a few more guys that kind of had the same thing. I was trying to figure out what was going on, and I was getting further up the road, and I saw just like a huge crowd of people just walking in the street, and it was mostly young men. Some of them were wearing backpacks, some of them had nothing, but they all looked like they were in kind of rough shape. And then I saw some flags, like I saw the Colombian flag, and one of them had the Venezuela flag. Like, all of a sudden it just clicked in my mind, like, oh, this is a caravan of migrants that have just come across the Darien Gap. And to be honest, it was kind of shocking to see. There was probably at least 200 of them. Like I said, mainly young guys, but there was also women, there was families. I mean, I saw a bunch of little kids, you know, had to have been less than 5 years old. They were just walking down the street, and I had heard that there were tons of migrants coming through this area. If you're coming from South America, you have to come through here. So everyone that comes from Venezuela or Colombia or any of the other countries, they're all crossing right through here. And so I knew there was like an immigration problem here, that just tons of migrants were coming through. But I didn't expect to see it. Like, I expected it to be more clandestine, I guess. Like, I thought, like, you cross the jungle and you get to where the road starts and then you just hop on a bus, or like there's a vehicle waiting for you. Hey. Oh, yeah? Oh, some people just invited me over. Gonna go see what that's about. So I was just riding by and these people waved me. They were just sitting in the driveway, waved me to come over. So I went over there, and then they came out, brought me this massive plate of rice and steak. And it was really good. It was a ton of food. And it's the second day in a row that someone has just invited me over and fed me. And for a place that's supposed to be one of the most dangerous places in the world, and I've had so many people tell me to be careful here, I sure am meeting a lot of nice people. I don't know if these people, they just hadn't got the message, like, hey, it's supposed to be dangerous. Maybe if you could be a little more shady, stop inviting people and feeding them. Doesn't fit our image. But that hasn't been happening, so I've really been enjoying it. Another day, another rain. Ugh. Ya visa! Desde Alaska! Oh, I just cycled an entire continent. And that's pretty cool.
Just as I was set to make my way into Colombia, the continuous road that I had been on from Alaska came to an end. Quite literally, it was the end of the road.
Wait, what?